Ananda, what's up?
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me?
How are you? Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm great, brother. How are you?
Is this Talon?
No, I'm not Talon.
Oh, okay, but sorry, you sounded familiar. What's up, dude?
Yeah, what's up? I had seen some clip on like one of Jay Dyer's like clipping accounts of like some like random kid. I saw you there too. Of like some random kid debating him on like I think it was Original Sin or something like that. And like
yes, that was recent.
Yeah. I was like, bro, that popped up on one of his like clipping counts. I was like, whoa. So I watched it and I was like curious because I was seeing a lot of comments like agreeing with the kid and then disagreeing with the kid. Like I wanted to know like if you think that Mass Damnata affirms some sort of personal guilt, and the same thing with us being archetypes in Adam. Because I had seen Jay Dyer bring up the same thing so that kid and I don't know.
Well, here's my thing with Augustine. I'm not an Augustine expert by any means. I've read him like casually here and there. So I don't know like definitively what the Augustine view on that is. Like Jay would be a much better authority or resource than me on that. But I do have one piece of knowledge for you so that this is not a completely useless call-in. I was listening to Father Stephen DeYoung at one point, and in one of his Q&A streams, he said that Augustine doesn't agree with any of these views by the Calvinists or whatever on original sin. Because Augustine still views original sin as a privation. So he doesn't see original sin as having ontology in and of itself. So no matter what, like from the entry level, they're not going to be on the same page with St. Augustine. So at the very least, there is that. But yeah, I think that kid showed that he was kind of out of his league because he pretended to know the Augustine literature, and he did not. Compendium says he clipped that guy. So, guys, Contemporary Compendium, he has a great clips channel. Check him out.
I've read a lot of Man of God, and I think that kid, I mean, he was okay. Like, I think he represented it okay, St. Augustine's position. But, I mean, I think he could have done better, to be honest. But I could see where he was coming from. Like, I've read Augustine, and I personally think that when it comes to, like, Mass Damnata and, like, us being archetypes in Adam or us sinning within Adam, I've never seen like St. Augustine affirm culpability. So, I mean, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to see your view since you were there.
But Nikolai, you have something to add, brother?
Yeah, I think
Nikolai has strong opinions on this, actually. So
very strong.
He should probably go ahead.
I'm interested. Let me hear.
Yeah, no, I mean, it really comes down to this. What St. Augustine says on any matter at all is actually subject ultimately to the councils and to the consensus of the church. And the church being a theanthropic and theandric institution, as Alex has talked about in some of his past videos, is what is relevant to Orthodox. So does the praxis of the church reflect St. Augustine's theology on whatever issue is being subject? So one thing that needs to be remembered is St. Augustine is like a prolific writer. He writes so much, and some of it not even meant for public consumption. He writes so much that it's like difficult to pin him down on anything because he even has an entire book of retractions towards the end of his life.
Yep.
So I think it's very important to just keep that in mind about St. Augustine, that someone can read one writing from him, and then later he'll like maybe internally contradict himself. And other fathers do this as well. It's not like a bash against St. Augustine. So
do you think he contradicted himself on Original Sin?
Sorry, I got to interrupt for like 1 second because I got to pay some respects to the chat. Got a new membership from Silent. Thank you very much, Silent. I appreciate that. Octavian33 gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Octavian, very much. Phoenixer gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Phoenixer. True41C said, the guy talking right now is the kid who asked. Is that the kid who asked? Are you the Ananda? Are you the same guy that called into that Dyer stream?
We don't have the same user, so probably not.
But you're not?
No, I'm not the same kid as that other guy. No.
Okay, he says he's not the same. So, Phoenixer gifted 10 memberships again. Thank you, Phoenixer. True41C says for $4.99. Thank you, True41C. The kid talking right now has been in 3 different streams I've seen trying to get support behind him. Is this true? Have you been in 3 different streams trying to gather support between your Latinizer position?
First stream I've been in. I hope I'm not a dirty Latinizer, but
Well, I hope we're just all asking more questions to get to the truth. Just 2 more quick ones. Octavian gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, Octavian. And Contemporary Compendium with 5 memberships. You guys are generous tonight. You guys whipping out the fat wallets over here, keeping the lights on. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate that. So let's get back to this dialogue between Ananda and Nikolai. I think Ananda, you put a question on the table, right? And then Nikolai was going to answer.
Yeah, my question was, well, I mean, it wasn't really a question. I was more so saying, like, I think that the church fathers reflect Augustine's position. Like, when it comes to, like, Saint Cyril, I think Saint Cyril really reflects his position. And even contemporary saints, like Saint Ignatius of Egina, too, on his Catechism Original Sin, I thought was interesting because it reflected his position very well. So I was curious on your guys' thoughts. But, I mean, actually, Bryce J has a really good position on Original Sin. So you guys should definitely ask him that.
Well, I just, again, whatever position somebody has on Original Sin is, it has to make sure that the consequences of that theology is reflected in the praxis of the church, right? And that's the first thing that needs to be understood. The second thing that needs to be understood, as far as I'm aware, and this is things that I've just brought up to my clergy, and they've said this is what we believe, right? So I just kind of affirm what I'm catechized with. But that being said, it's when I ask about St. Augustine to my bishop or my clergy, or when I read him, there are certain things that he clearly doesn't reflect fully the Orthodox understanding from my point of view, especially in how he sees us in archetypes in Adam, and his Neoplatonism and other influences that he got. So for me, that just seems to be self-evident, and I think you have to do a disservice to the writing and the reading of his writings in order to come to a different conclusion than that.
That's interesting. What do you think? What contention would you have with him saying there were archetypes in Adam?
Well, because of his position on, I mean, it's the same one that Jay has an issue with, which is Mastonata. I think that St. Augustine literally believed that we are all damned in Adam.
Well, I can explain that position. Would you like me to?
No, you sound exactly like the same guy as before. I don't think you're being honest about that.
No, I'm not. I promise you, but...
you promise? You swear?
I can't swear on anything. I don't swear on anything. That's not
got it. So you're not willing to swear that you're not that kid?
I don't think swearing is blessed. Do you think swearing is blessed?
Got it. So I am not interested if you can't even answer a basic question like that, I don't have interest in...
I just said that I'm not that kid. Wait, let's discuss on Master.
All right, no, this is getting a little out of hand now. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for calling in, and I appreciate you. No hard feelings. We're just going to move on because there are a few other people that have been waiting in the line here. So, Icon of the Father, what is up? How you doing?
Sorry, I was spamming. Okay, so 2 things. One, that guy's account said January 2026. He just made that account to come in here and then tried to pretend that he was somebody else. That guy just made his account and he only had 1 follower. It's the same guy, bro. That's literally the same guy. I just looked at his account. He has no tweets, no retweets, nothing.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. That's very funny.
I wanted to say one more thing, but I was spamming because I'm like, no, that's the same guy. That's the same guy. Like, don't believe him. So, yeah, that guy's a fraud. He's a fraud.
But thank you very much.
Group.
All right, guys, Ananda is back, and we've been talking about him, so I feel like I have to give him an opportunity to defend himself. So let's give him like 60 seconds uninterrupted to state his position here.
Hey, I can't stand this slander, guys.
I know. Hold up. I don't know if you caught the rules. We're going to give you 60 seconds uninterrupted to defend yourself against these allegations. So hold on 1 second. Let me get up the timer here.
Okay, you tell me when to start.
But hold on. Boomer reflexes are kicking in.
All good, brother.
Timer. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Go.
Okay, so what I wanted to start off with, I challenge anybody here anybody here who affirms Jay Dyer's position that St. Augustine taught culpability for Adam's sin to a debate. On top of that, show me where he affirms culpability for Adam's sin. And then please show me church fathers, that completely reject him or condemn him, especially because I would hold to a consensus patrium, right, where the fathers would agree with Augustine's position. That's why I brought up St. Cyril, right? St. Cyril specifically talks upon guilt. I could name tons and tons of more saints, right? But I think everybody here is running, because if you're going to debate mass damnata, that's just the affirmation that because our nature is corrupted because of sin, and all sin is damnable, that our nature is now damnable, right? So baptism is going to be a necessary prerequisite to enter heaven. We know this. This is why unbaptized infants cannot enter heaven. I don't see any contention with unbaptized infants going to Hades and experiencing God's energies. I think this is just a misunderstanding of St. Augustine. And the St. Augustine slander, I think
that's time, but you can finish your thought here.
I think the St. Augustine slander from the quote-unquote die-right understanding is horrible, and Bryce J affirms St. Augustine's position. The people you guys glaze all day.
You think Bryce J is? You think Bryce J is on your side?
Yes.
I don't know whose side he's on. I have to talk to him.
Alex, can I ask a question? Alex.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Drazarus in the chat says, Alex, debate Peter Diamond. It would be peak content, trust me. I was told specifically by Ubi Petrus to not go down the Tradcat rabbit hole because it is not worth it. The returns you get are not worth it. So we don't venerate Saint Cyril. Saint Cyril of Cheerio. Augustine. Dude, these comments in the chat are funny. I just got the chills. I'm with Trisagion Films side. Yeah. Bryce affirmed the Saint Demetrios position. I am not up to date on this conversation, dog.
Yeah,
chat, don't hit the thumbs up. I think Phoenixer is using reverse psychology. He said don't hit the thumbs up. So hit the thumbs up, please, but don't also. So, okay. Any responses to Ananda? I think Jordan, you were going to go first.
Yeah. So Ananda, do you think implicit presupposition of someone you agree to debate with is that they're going to be honest and hold some type of intellectual honesty? Wouldn't you being dishonest to the people that graciously hosted you and listened to you out, wouldn't that make it so that you're clearly disqualified as someone who can be an interlocutor in debate?
How am I being dishonest?
Were you the guy who spoke with Bryce J? And spoke with
I spoke with Bryce J. I didn't speak with Dyer, no.
That's a lie. Because we know you mentioned that you spoke with Jay. In the stream with Bryce, you said, I'm the guy that spoke with Jay. So, dude, we can follow up on this.
Wait, what's my account?
Wait, hold on. I have a super chat. Hold on. I have a super chat for $5 from Austin Tom. Austin Tom wants me to ask you, Ananda, is lying a sin?
I think so, yeah. But wait, guys, I need to say Ananda students. I'm not Ananda. Guys, put some respect on the name, please.
Okay. Anyways. But Contemporary Compendium for $2. Compendium says all of a sudden his voice turned higher and gay. Yeah, thank you.
I don't know. I feel like all this rhetoric is sort of like
it's too much rhetoric.
Alex Wilson's rhetoric.
Nikolai, go ahead.
The reason we know that there are exceptions to the rule is exactly because Alex has an exact example in one of his videos of people who were not baptized that are saints in our church. We also know that the church's position on unbaptized infants varies immensely, but we have prayer services. I have prayer services directly given to me by my bishop, who is a Russian Orthodox bishop, that say explicitly unbaptized infants will be in the presence of God. Yeah, that they are in one of the many mansions. They say explicitly that that their souls will be among the blessed. The OCA has a prayer service that says, now, why do I bring up these things? Because the church is a living theanthropic institution. It expresses the mind of the church in real time. We are not anachronistic in the way in which we do things. We don't just go, the past is better, therefore it's always trumps the church today. The church today is the same church and expresses the same mind of the church as it did in the past. So therefore, the presupposition of saying, well, infants by necessity, because the unbaptized infants, because by necessity being unbaptized, are by extension punished for what? And then furthermore, you said that they're being punished for their nature. So you're saying that they have a sin nature?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah, so sin is a privation. This is a basic Orthodox 101.
Okay, let me ask you a couple questions.
I'm not done yet. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
It's a 101 teaching you would learn in Catechism 101. Just like one of the first things you learn when you're in Catechism is that sin is a privation. So how can something that has a privation have a nature?
Wait, I don't understand the question you asked me. Do you not understand what the nature is?
Okay, I'm gonna let Ananda. You can say one more question, and then Nikolai will get the last word. And if you want to debate Nikolai, you can go on his stream. So we don't want to. I do have some people in line to talk here, and we don't want to monopolize the time.
Yes. Yeah. So I just want to quickly say something, guys. Ananda students, I can't hold a candle to Ananda. Anyways, what I wanted to say is, just all I'm saying is that the affirmation that our nature is corrupted, right, because it's influenced by sin. I mean, unless you're saying like this wouldn't apply to infants, right? Unless you're denying that infants have some sort of corrupted nature, because we're affirming that infants have a corrupted nature, right? So we know a necessary prerequisite to enter heaven is going to be baptism, right? So if these unbaptized infants have a corrupted nature and are not baptized with that necessary prerequisite, they cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. But rather, it would be more parsimonious to affirm what the fathers say, in the sense that they would go to Hades and be in the presence of the Lord, as you said, and experience his energies, like his love and his warmth, right?
Okay, Nikolai, you're going to get the last word. And then, Ananda, if you want to continue, you can call into Nikolai's show.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have much else to say. I just wanted to bring that up. Yeah, I don't have anything to add. I just think it's self-evidently stupid, and it's not something that the church teaches in practice, because we can look at our prayer services. So sorry, I'll take my bishop and the prayer services above you and your arbitrary interpretation, which is very Protestant minded in my opinion. So that's my position. I'm going to let you go.